Anthony Joshua would welcome a fight against Moses Itauma, Agit Kabayel, Daniel Dubois, and Fabio Wardley after he handles business against Tyson Fury at the end of the year. Whoa. I was led to believe that Fury versus AJ, that was going to be his last fight. But nah, man, AJ wants to continue. I'm hearing that he wants to carry on fighting until he's 40 years old. I mean, yo, Anthony Joshua, man. Boy, oh boy, you gotta take it easy, bro. you got some business to handle against Christian Prenga on the 25th of July. But what you guys think? Let me know in the comments, man. Anthony Joshua would welcome a fight against Moses Itauma, Fabio Wardley, Daniel Dubois, and Agit Kabayel. I mean, these are dangerous fights, man. These are not easy fights for Anthony Joshua. I mean, listen, man. He has to get past Tyson Fury first, right? I mean, if he gets past Christian Prenga, which we all believe Anthony Joshua would, and after that, he's got the Tyson Fury fight. If he gets past Tyson Fury, and that's a 50-50 fight, you know, that's just how I'm predicting, how I see that fight. It's a 50-50 fight. Then he wants to fight, you know, against the likes of Moses Itauma, Dubois. For me, listen, man, that's a scary road for Anthony Joshua. And I worry for Joshua. Because out of all the old guard, you know, the OGs champions, I'm talking Fury, I'm talking, you know, Usyk, I'm talking Deontay Wilder, all these guys, yeah? For me, like, even though I'm a big, massive Anthony Joshua fan, yeah, I like everything he's done in boxing, what he's achieved, what he did for London during the Olympics, winning the gold medal. The reason why I worry for Joshua the most is just because for me, Joshua's the most vulnerable out of all of them. You know, like his chin, you know, like his powers of recovery is not as good as Deontay Wilder. It's not as good as Tyson Fury. It's not as good as Alexander Usyk. It's not as good as you know, Derek Chisora, Del Boy. Like, when Joshua gets hit, and he gets hit hard, like, when he goes down, he tends to stay down. You know what I mean? He doesn't recover the way Tyson Fury will recover, or even a Deontay Wilder, you know? So I worry for Joshua the most. And also, like, he just had, you know, he's coming off an accident, you know, where he lost two of his best friends. I mean, like, psychologically, yeah, that must take a huge impact here on his mindset, mentally. Like, we're gonna find out a lot about Anthony Joshua when he steps into the ring against Christian Prenga. He should win that. You know what I mean? If we look at the resume of Christian Prenga, he shouldn't really be someone, you know, that should trouble Anthony Joshua. I mean, listen, you know, looking at his resume, he's got 21 bouts. He's only lost one. He's got 20 KOs, mate. You know what I mean? 100% KO there, you can see on BoxRec. You know, if you go down the list, some of the names, you won't really, you know, notice any of the name. Like, they don't stand out. You know what I mean? Most of his fights have been European, Canadian level. He's been fighting in America. So, listen, this is a guy that Anthony Joshua should get rid of, you know, with relative, I won't say ease, but it should be a comfortable win for Anthony Joshua. If he can't beat Christian Prenga, then, you know, Anthony Joshua can forget about it. If he loses against this guy, he can forget about it. He might as well retire. You know what I mean? He can forget about the Tyson Fury fight. And, you know, Joshua he's in a position right now where there's these new guys coming up. You know, the Kabayels, the Moses Itauma, the Dubois. I mean, Dubois already sparked him out. So we know Dubois he's done a number on Joshua. Fabio Wardley, mate. Fabio Wardley, yeah, even though he's got a lot of flaws when it comes to his boxing skills, he has got a great chin, mate. He's got a granite chin, and he's got a powerful right hand. I mean, if he lands one of those big ones on Joshua's chin, I mean, he's lights out, man. I don't see Joshua recovering, you know? But Joshua, on the other hand, he can bombard Fabio Wardley, hit Fabio Wardley with a couple big right hands, but Wardley will still stand there. Like, I mean, we saw Wardley against Dubois. Look how many right hands he ate off Dubois. The guy was still there. And he never got dropped. Don't forget, Wardley never got dropped against Daniel Dubois. He was there until the 11th round. The referee stepped in. Yeah, we all know the fight should have been stopped much earlier. But Fabio Wardley's powers of recovery is amazing. The guy's a warrior. Like, he's just a tough guy. You know, I'll worry for Joshua if he fights against a Fabio Wardley, even though Fabio Wardley's flawed. Defensively, he hasn't got the best boxing skills out there, but I'll still be worried for Joshua. Because if he gets clipped, which Joshua tends to get clipped in almost all his fights, if he gets clipped, it could be 9-9, it could be over. Against Moses Itauma, listen, Moses Itauma in terms of boxing skills, he's better than Anthony Joshua. He's got the attributes to trouble Anthony Joshua. We know Anthony Joshua struggles against southpaws. Moses Itauma will be a nightmare matchup for Anthony Joshua. Yeah, Joshua does have the experience on Moses Itauma, especially right now, but you give Itauma another 18 months, I mean, listen, he's going to be a formidable force. By then, Joshua will be on the way down, man. How old is Joshua now? 37? He'll be what? Going into 38, 39, 40 years old by the time he fights Itauma. I mean, listen, man. The road back to the top for Anthony Joshua, for him to become a world champion again, it's a dangerous one, man. It's a dangerous one. That road, there's spikes, there's traps, there's grenades. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, the guys he has to go through to get back to the top and win a title, like, they're very dangerous, man. Daniel Dubois will be confident of sparking Anthony Joshua out again. Agit Kabayel, mate. Agit Kabayel, relentless to the body, pressure. We know Anthony Joshua does not like pressure. When fighters pressure him, they come forward. Anthony Joshua don't like it. You know, so for me personally, yeah, the names that Anthony Joshua has listed as his potential future fights, because he doesn't want to retire now. He feels like he's still got a couple more years to go. These guys are all potential losses for Anthony Joshua. I'm just gonna give you real. Now, I'm not saying here that Anthony Joshua, you know, can't beat these guys. He can't beat a Moses Itauma or Kabayel or Fabio Wardley. No, he most certainly can on his day. Listen, if Anthony Joshua turns up and he's disciplined, you know, and you know, he's got his defense on point, then yeah, Anthony Joshua can definitely hang with these guys and beat them. You know what I mean? Like, he's got the experience. He's a two-time heavyweight champion of the world. Like, he's been in there with Usyk. He's been in there with some big names. You know, so he can hang with them. I'm not saying that they're gonna just obliterate Anthony Joshua. All I'm saying is that these are all dangerous fights, man. And to be honest, yeah, as a Joshua fan, me personally, I want to see Joshua retire after the Tyson Fury fight. Now, there might be a rematch. You know, whichever fighter loses, I'm sure there's going to be a rematch clause in there somewhere, because the rematch will be bigger than the first fight. You know, especially if it's an exciting fight back and forth or it ends controversially, the rematch will be massive. They're going to make more money. But after that, me personally, I want to see both guys retire. Just retire, man. You've done it all, made a lot of money. You know what I mean? You've become world champion. You've achieved way beyond your dreams. Just walk away. You know what I mean? And I'm not the type of guy that, I'll be telling yo, retire. I'm just saying that's what I would like to see. Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua retire, because they've done so much for boxing. Anthony Joshua opened many doors for boxing, man, especially out here in the UK. You know what I mean? The guy is an absolute superstar, man. What he's done for boxing is amazing. What I don't want for Anthony Joshua, yeah? Listen, right now, Joshua, when it comes to his boxing resume, he's got a very solid resume. Like, some of the names on his resume, amazing. He's got Klitschko in there, Usyk, you know what I mean? He's got Dillian White in there. Listen, Otto Wallen. He's got, Povetkin, Joseph Parker, many more names in there, yeah? And a lot of people still hold some respect for Joshua when it comes to his boxing. I definitely do, yeah? And what he's achieved in the ring is amazing. But what I don't want to happen to Anthony Joshua, like, the longer he stays around and he fights the Kabayels, the Dubois again, the Wardleys. Like, if he loses against a Wardley, loses against an Itauma, loses against a Kabayel, he's already lost against a Dubois. If he loses against these guys, like, I feel like people won't remember him fondly for his boxing. They'll remember Anthony Joshua as the guy that came up, after the Olympics, won a gold medal, lit up the heavyweight division, opened up so many opportunities for other fighters to earn millions, as a superstar, brand deals, everything like that. I just feel like people remember Joshua for the things that he's achieved outside the ring rather than in the ring if he takes too many L's. You know what I mean? That's my worry. I want Joshua to walk away with his head held high, you know what I mean, with a solid resume. Like, he's lost twice to Usyk, he's lost to Andy Ruiz, he's lost to Daniel Dubois. Yeah, that's not bad, mate. That losing to those guys is not that bad. You know what I mean? Dubois is a solid fighter. We already know. Usyk, arguably the greatest heavyweight of this era. Andy Ruiz, like, that was kind of like an anomaly. Do you know what I mean? That was a madness. You know, he came in last minute. You know, it wasn't in the UK, it was in New York. Like, Joshua's got some excuses for that, yeah, even though he lost. But Andy Ruiz is a solid fighter. Like, he's not mug. So, you know what I mean? I wouldn't really be ashamed to lose against Andy Ruiz because he's very skillful. Andy Ruiz has beaten a lot of good fighters. So I wouldn't be ashamed to lose to him. Dubois, 2 times heavyweight champion, solid guy. Like, that's okay. But losing against Kabayel, losing against Moses Itauma, losing against Fabio Wardley, like, yo, he's just piling up. And I'm worried that Joshua won't be remembered fondly for what he's achieved in boxing, you know what I mean, in the ring. You know what I mean? People look at him and say, yo, look at Joshua, man. But he lost like 8 fights, man. You know what I mean? Like, the fights that he's lost, for me, that's enough. Like, if he loses against, you know, Tyson Fury, that's all right, because Tyson Fury is one of the greats of this era. Like, there's no shame on losing against Tyson Fury, because after Usyk, you know, in terms of boxing skills, like, a lot of people put Tyson Fury up there. So there's nothing wrong with losing against Tyson Fury. Like, that's understandable. But losing against all these other new guys, new names, I'm like, yo, man, that's just going to diminish his legacy when it comes to what he achieved in the ring. It's going to take away so much, and it's just going to be remembered as the marketing guy, the brand deal guys. You know what I mean? Like, the guy who achieved so much outside of the ring. And I don't want that for Anthony Joshua. I'm just keeping it real as a fan of his. And I feel like sometimes, yeah, you just got to know when to walk away. It's best to just walk away when you still have some pride, when you're still at the top. You know what I mean? And Anthony Joshua, even when he loses, he's still one of the big guys in boxing when it comes to revenue, when it comes to you know, commercial viability, economics, everything. He's still one of the big guys. Still generates the most. Still sells the most pay-per-views. He's still that guy. You know what I mean? And he's always gonna be that because he's so marketable. You know what I mean? He's got everything. You know what I mean? But I want him to also be remembered for what he's achieved in a ring, for being a very, you know, good, solid fighter with the fundamentals. You know, I don't want people to forget that side. That's why I'd rather him, after the fight against Tyson Fury, walk away. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying Joshua retire. Like, I don't tell fighters. If he feels like, you know, listen, he's recovered from the accident, he feels great. If he comes through against Christian Prenga, which we all believe he would, and he fights Tyson Fury, win, lose or draw, he decides to carry on after that, listen, it's his choice. He can crack on, man. You know what I mean? It's not me getting in a ring fight, it's him. If he feels like his body can take it and he can carry on for another 4 years, go ahead and do it. I'm just saying, for me personally, I'll say retire, man. After the Tyson Fury fight, retire. But let me know your opinions in the comments, my people. Should Anthony Joshua actually go through with some of these fights that he mentioned in his press conference? You know, Agit Kabayel, Moses Itauma, Dubois, Fabio Wardley. Should he actually go and fight one of these guys? Or for you guys, or is it too risky? Let me know in the comments, man. And also let me know, like, what are his chances of winning these fights? How do you think, you know, AJ will fare against Fabio Wardley, against Agit Kabayel, against Moses Itauma? For me, risky fights, and he could lose all 3. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just being real, man. I'm just keeping it real. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, my people. I'll really appreciate it. Once again, thank you so much for watching EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. Please don't forget to smash the likes. And if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I'll be back real soon with another one. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.